Right guys, welcome back to Alternative Inverts yet again. Today is a great day. So, we're going to be showing you us rehousing our new Irian Jaya Carpet python that you saw in the last video into its new enclosure. It is all set up. I'm really pleased with how I've set it up and I hope you guys like it as well. It is early, however, I needed to get the snake out of the other room, out of quarantine, making space for other new additions that we've ended up having, which we didn't really plan for. It has been sprayed with frontline, so if there are any mites and the mites bite the snake, the mites will die. Without food source, the mites can't survive, so they'll die off anyway. So the ones that don't bite it will die, and the ones that do bite it will die. Win-win, yeah? Cool. And all my other snakes have also been their enclosures have been reset up, new substrate, cleaned out, and the snakes have been treated with frontline anyway, because it's something I do every 6 months. So it's no worries at all. So that's one thing. And also, a lot of you have been bugging me for a crumpet video. If you watch our live streams, you know we love our crumpets. Every live stream ends in us eating crumpets with Rachel's story time. So I'm going to give you a video, as requested, on how to eat a crumpet properly and get the most enjoyment out of said crumpet. If you're watching and you've got crumpets, I know a lot of people are messaging me now saying because of your live streams I've added crumpets to my shopping list. They've sent me pictures of loads of them in the cupboards, all sorts of shit. If you've got crumpet, make sure you eat them like this. I swear once you've tried it once, you'll never go back again. I wanted to give a massive shout out to all of you guys for supporting our channel. We've now smashed, we was on 800 and something, and then like a day or 2 days later we was on 1,000, and I think now we've gone even higher. I'm sure we're on like 1.2k subscribers. So a massive thank you to everyone who's watching our videos, liking our content, dropping us comments, everything. It all means a lot. If you want any t-shirts, let us know. A lot of them, I can't believe how many of them have gone already. So we ordered 30 new t-shirts and we've already sold nearly 15 t-shirts in a day. So it's crazy. Thank you guys for your support. So let's crack on, let's get started, let's get that little bitey snake out and we'll get it into its enclosure. Guys, so this is the enclosure that I've set up for the Irian Jaya. Being arboreal snakes, or semi-arboreal snakes, a lot of the time will be spent up in these branches. I'll give you a little tour of the enclosure. But in a nutshell, they're basically an arboreal snake, or semi-arboreal snake. They'll spend a lot of time up there. This is 3 foot by 3 foot by 1.5 foot. To give it that extra little bit of space, what we've done as well, the background, the polystyrene background that's in the back, that's normally inside, we've taken that out and we've moved that around the back and actually taped it onto the back of the enclosure. So that gives it that extra little bit more space as well. We've got a Zoomed light rack across the top, LED light rack. That can be changed for night time to blue. It's got red and white, or I can just have it with the white LEDs, but it looks quite smart with the white and the red, so I thought I'd stick with that for the time being. So what we've done, we've got 2 pieces of wood here, which we just got from our local reptile shop, there and here. And what I've done, I've just put it into the enclosure, lay the enclosure down. I've used expanding foam to keep it into place, let that dry. Done the same with this one on the back. Then I've put silicone, I've carved the expanding foam, put silicone on the expanding foam, and then put some soil on there, so you get a little bit more of a natural, you know, like soil, cocoa-y type of feel to the enclosure. I think it looks pretty cool, keeps them in place. Obviously being glass, you can't really attach anything, so that's the best way to do it, and they are really, really sturdy as well. We've then got another huge piece of wood going right up the back and across the top, and another piece of bark coming up here as well, just creating a bit of a crossover for where the snake can rest. And also, because we've put them at the top quite close together, there's lots of parts where they can perch different parts of the body on all pieces of wood just to support themselves naturally as well, like being up in some trees. Added some vines, some fake plants, same as down here as well. Down here we've got a big wooden sort of oval structure which I've dug out and I've filled with moss. so that'll be used for its moss hide, and I'll keep that moss damp as well, and it goes all the way at the back and it's just full all down there and under there, so it'll squeeze itself in there. When it's coming up to shed and stuff, it'll spend a lot of time in there just getting the like the moisture from out the moss and stuff like that to help with its shed. And then down the back here, we've also got a plastic snake hide as well, and we've just covered it with some of the substrate, and obviously it can get in there and squeeze in there and spend its time in there when it wants to. Again, just more fake plants, a lot of live moss just throughout the enclosure, just to keep that little bit of humidity. So I'll give it a mist down maybe once or twice a week or something, and just leave it to dry out. So with this type of snake, you don't have a light heat bulb, you just need a ceramic bulb, because they need to keep roughly the same temperatures throughout the night as well as day. So that's the reason for the LEDs. 12 hours on with the LED, 12 hours off, but we're able to maintain them the correct temperatures 24 hours. So that's why you use a ceramic bulb with them. It's pointless having the night light dish realistically, because there ain't no glow, but it just come with it, so I've left it on and it just stops anything touching the bulb. So substrate, we've just used some bark, like what type of bark is it? I can't remember. The snake shouldn't choke or anything on them. I've used bark for years and I've never had any problems. I've used it with royal pythons, boa constrictors, Burmese pythons, and all my snakes are on this at the moment. And it just looks that little bit more natural and cool in the Viv. To be fair, I mean, I think this is quite a nice looking enclosure, and I hope that the snake fucking loves it in here, to be honest. Little fat dart frog. You can see our plants are actually growing quite a lot now and spreading around as well. Pretty cool in there now. So then guys, I'm just going to go get the snake out of quarantine, and we'll get it into its new setup. Hopefully I don't get bit this time. Now it has fed in my care, so I'm going to be careful. It's been 2 or 3 days since I fed him, so I'm going to be careful, but he has still got a quite large lump. These snakes can eat twice their size. In snakes, normally you'll have a rule, depending on the snake, normally you'll have a rule at about 1.5 times the thickest part of its body. So that's the way I sort of work it with our royal pythons. But with these pythons, after doing a lot of research, they can eat up to twice the size. So we've fed it a nice chunky meal and it did not struggle at all. So let's get him out. There we go, so we've got the little bugger out. Again, sometimes it's just always better to be safe than sorry. Like I say, you don't want it biting you if possible. And we'll just get this guy. See if you want to go up top. Do you want to go up top? Get yourself up there on the branch. But how stunning is that? Like, this is why I love arboreal snakes. He's absolutely gorgeous. Realised I'd forgot to add one of the most other important things as well, a big water dish for it. So it's got a big tub of water and it's just at the back, hiding in the bush. moment, it'll soon find its hide down here. And there we go. Right guys, there we have the crumpets. Now, you want to make sure that they're in the toaster, that they're well done, so they're nice and crispy, and you put fuckloads of butter on them. Now, I'm talking like butter that just melts straight through, comes out the bottom, and gives you some of this on the bottom here from each crumpet, because that's important, it's key, okay? So step one, take your first crumpet, now what you're going to do with this crumpet, you're going to take off the top layer, just the top layer of the crumpet, so you're going to munch it like a little hamster, just the top layer. Gets a little bit tricky in the middle. Bit of practice, you've got this. So, then you're left with this. So you've still got the middle there. As you can see, you've just took the crispiness off the top. So next what you're going to do, you're going to get the butter off the plate, you're going to put it upside down, and you're going to smear this in the melted butter. Best bit. There we go. Butter's too good to be wasted. Think of them cows, yeah? If they're going to be milked, they're milked for your benefit. Make sure it's on your fucking crumpets. So next what you need to do, eat that middle bit after you've soaked up the butter. So not the bottom, you don't touch the base. You use your teeth and you scrape the middle off the base, like you're eating a custard cream or a bourbon. You take the top off, take the cream out, then eat the bottom. Same thing with the fucking crumpets, yeah? There you go, so the middle's gone and you're just left with the base. Nice flat base. You've took all the shit out the middle and then you enjoy the crispiness. Another thing, you can never just have two crumpets. Two crumpets ain't gonna fill nobody up, do you know what I mean? You could be like a 6-year-old fucking kid and you ain't gonna be filled up off two crumpets. Minimum is 3, if not 3, 4 or more. Not 2. Don't ever have 2 crumpets. Ever. Repeat the process. Don't slip, give it a try. I can guarantee you'll have never enjoyed a crumpet like that before. The base off again. Look at that. It's fucking perfection, that is. No top on. And then we take the middle. Yeah, I hope you enjoyed the video guys. If you did, give it a thumbs up. If you didn't, give it a thumbs down. Make sure you like, comment and subscribe. And thank you for supporting us all the way to 1.2k guys. We love each and every one of you. Bye bye.